Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have another monthly, which has kind of not really been a monthly makes video. This is actually going to be me showing you a few things that I've been making for the past 2 months, I believe. I'm really excited to share with you guys the things that I have been making, show you what I've been up to. I think this might actually be my best month yet. I know I've probably said in several of my monthly makes videos up till now that I think this is my best month yet, but no, like I actually really truly do think that like this is the best stuff that I've made to this point. There are some gems here. There are some gems, all right? And you know what? I think it's a good thing that I'm always saying this is my best month yet, because that means that I'm improving, and I'm very happy and proud of my progress. You know, I'm just happy. That's all I'm gonna say. I almost love everything that I made, which is a lot for me because I'm really picky, so you know that really speaks volumes. I don't have them physically with me right now, but I am going to be inserting pictures so that way you guys can, you know, take a look at the things that I'm talking about as I mention them. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so the first thing that I have here is this multicolored sweater kind of top situation. I don't necessarily know how to categorize it, but it's got a really cute, like slightly cropped boxy fit with not like super wide like arms, but they're kind of wide and they're, you know, kind of short. I've never really been like the type of person to like a whole lot of color, but as of lately, I've been more open to just experimenting and playing around with things. How this came to be was the fact that I was just trying to use up some of my acrylic yarn that I really just am not a big fan of anymore. And I didn't know what to do with it, but I was like, okay, I'm not a fan of using this for clothing, but let's just give it a try. And this is what it ended up turning out to be, and I'm absolutely in love with it. I think it's so pretty. I think the color combination is just stunning. Everything about it is so good. But so that was the first thing that I made, and it inspired me then. Well, I shouldn't say it inspired me. So I ended up going to a concert the night that I finished that top, and the artist there, you know, happened to walk by me and was like, hey, you know, is that crocheted or knit? And I was just like, not you knowing the difference between crochet and knit stuff. I was like, yes, it's crocheted. He was just mentioning how he was getting into crocheting and seeing what I did and knowing that, well, after talking a bit, like knowing that I hadn't been doing this too long or anything like that, he was like, oh wow, like this is actually, you know, really motivating. Like I like seeing this, like this is making me feel like I can tackle the things that I want to give a try for myself. And I was just like, yes, look at me inspiring the masses, okay? I just came here for good vibes and I'm now being an inspiration. No, but that was a really cool interaction to have, and we ended up just like talking a little bit, and somehow, some way, I ended up crocheting him a top. So this is what the top looks like, and then I also made him one of my little like mesh caps just to go with it because I felt like the vibe of them like went well together. So I made those two, and I really like that top. I'm thinking I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna make one for myself because that was cute. I really did that. I did that. And I was really nervous when I was making it because up to this point, like I had only ever made anything for myself. I haven't made anything for others. And I mean, like he told me what size he wore to like, you know, help me out a little bit, but I was very nervous the entire time I was making it, because even when I make stuff for myself, like I'm constantly trying it on, making sure the fit looks right and things aren't like going wrong every 2 to 3 rows that I do. So the fact that I couldn't like put it on him and be like, here, try this on every 8 rows or something, like that was kind of getting to me a little bit, but I still think it came out really nice. So after that, I decided to make a few sweaters. I am a sweater girly. I get cold easily. I don't like being cold. And, you know, I don't know, like a lot of my sweaters that I've purchased up till now, they're not the cutest, but I didn't buy them thinking, oh, this is cute. I bought it thinking, oh, I'll be warm, or oh, it's got pockets, which you know, all that stuff is great, but like sometimes you just want some cute stuff. That thought, and then also just me knowing that fall and winter is coming up and I do want to maximize the amount of time that I get to wear the things that I'm making. So I was like, let me go ahead and just start making some of my more like fall and winter stuff now, so that way I can enjoy it longer when, you know, the season is appropriate for me to wear such things. I went ahead and I made this red sweater. It's a mixture of a bunch of different types of stitches and granny squares, and I made this bad boy and I fell in love. Like, this sweater has my heart. I think it is so beautiful. I've really gotten into like the color red lately, and the more I worked on it, every single stitch I put into it, I was just like falling more and more in love with this piece. So by the time I got it completed, I was like, oh yeah, this is it. Like, this is the sweater of the year for me. Like, I'm going to sleep in this. I'm living in this. Like, I love this sweater so much. And I loved it so much so that I decided to make another sweater similar to it. Not exactly the same, because I like to switch it up. I don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again. The red one is a bit, you know, like of a looser, more relaxed kind of fit, and it's a little bit longer. And then I went in and I made a gray one after that, and it's slightly shorter, a little bit more like, you know, like cropped. It has a bit of a boxier fit. I used a different type of granny square for making it, and then like the stitches, you know, everywhere else in between there are different from the first one. And then one thing that I really liked about the gray one is the fact that the buttons on it, they're not vintage, but they look vintage, or at least to me they look kind of like it. They're like little buffalo buttons. Well, not little, they're not little, they're pretty big buttons, but they're buffalo. And I was just like, these are really cute. And I bought them when I was in the store. Like, I saw them, I picked them up, I was like, I don't really know if this is gonna fit like the vibe of what I'm going for this sweater. They're really pretty though, so I don't want to just leave them there. I'm just gonna get them and, you know, we'll see. And then I got some other buttons that I thought probably would be a better fit for it. But then once I put those buffalo ones like up against it just to see what it kind of looked like, I was like, oh yeah, no, I can't put anything else on this sweater. Like, these buttons belong on this sweater. This is just too good. I made my red sweater, and then I have my gray sweater, so I got a fun color and I got more of like a neutral situation going. Technically I could stop making sweaters, I guess, but I'm gonna make a few more. I'm actually in the process of making another sweater, similar essence but different, you know, like look or whatever, and I'm making it for my mom this time. I'm not making it for myself. So I'm working on that, and that one's coming out really pretty. Then I made, oh goodness gracious. Okay, so then after I was on my winning streak, I started to get ahead of myself. I was like, okay, well, let me make more of like a fitted cardigan. Overall, I don't really think I like this all too much. It's not really my style. I'm not in any rush, but maybe I'll go back and, you know, follow through. I'll put some sleeves on it and see if, you know, I start to like it a little bit more. But nonetheless, that is what I did. I tried to spice it up, and yeah, I don't really love it all that much. So then after that, that sweater took me off of my high of crocheting sweaters. So I took a break from it, and I decided I was gonna play around with sewing a little bit, because I do want to get into my sewing bag. I keep saying this, and then I just like never do anything because sewing slightly scares me. I made like little letters that I sewed onto a t-shirt. It just says adieu. Shout out to all my French people, or just French speakers, you don't have to be French. I low-key kind of wish that I did like a trim color on this, like a little bit differently, so that way the word would stand out a little bit more, or like it was easier to read, but it's fine. But then after that, I had to go back to crochet, and the last few things that I made were all just like little random things. So the first one I had was a turtle. I crocheted a turtle. I did not like it. I didn't like the process. It didn't feel good. I didn't feel happy when making it. I just like crocheting clothes. I guess that's just my thing. Then I went ahead and I made another like granny square collar, just because I really like collars, and I made this one different from one that I made truly in the beginning of like my crochet journey last year. But turns out I like the way I made the first one. This one is cute, but it's just not, I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't compare to the first one that I did, so there's that. But it is cute. I also made a crocheted applique of an olive, okay? I did an olive because I like olives. I like salt. And I stuck it on my crochet bag, so that's where I like keep my current project, some yarn, and you know, my hooks and all that stuff that I need to do what I do. It's a very cute addition to my bag, my little collection there. I think I'm gonna crochet more little like appliques and put them on there because I really just like the look of it. The last thing that I did was I made a shoe or a slipper, but I only did one because I was just playing around with it. I got like 4 rows in and I was like, wait, this kind of looks like a shoe. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a shoe. So I made this little like ballet flat looking thing. It's got like little straps that go over like your foot that I can tie into a bow, but I also did them long enough that I can like wrap it around like the bottom part of my leg. And yeah, I just think it's fun. I can't really do anything with it, can't wear it. It's legit paper, but I think it's a lot of fun and I'm glad that I just experimented and just, you know, had some fun with it. But yeah, I think that is just about everything that I made this month. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you were able to get some inspiration from seeing some of the things that I've been making. I did kind of sort of upload a tutorial for the red sweater that I was making or that I made, so you can check that out and kind of use that as a guide to make one of your own. And then some of the other things, I don't have tutorials or patterns up for those, at least not yet. But if that is something that you would be interested in, please let me know, and you know, slowly but surely I'll see what I can do. I am still like new to the game. I'm like a year in, but I don't know everything. I still have a lot to learn. Something that I'm open to doing. I'm open to making patterns and doing all that kind of stuff. And I want to be able to share, you know, like the things I make with you guys more. But yeah, it's a process. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing my stuff, and I hope you love my sweaters just as much as I love them. And I will see you guys soon with another video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.